let's start with the boring stuff.
Okay.
First one, these are cables.
Yes, but they're very skinny cables. These are HDMI cables that are very thin.
Okay.
And that makes them really great for projects where you have to bend the cable around. So these are just like, they're like as thick as USB cables, but they're full HDMI. And yes, I tested them with like 1080p, and they work great. And they're just really skinny, and we have them in all sorts of sizes.
Okay.
Skinny cables.
And then next up, here's something that this is, I'm going to call this like a Lady Ada thing. I like it when you get in tools for use, that you use for testing and for all of the electronics, all the things that we do at Adafruit, and then you put them in the store. So these are all sorts of things that you use for testers to actually test all the products.
These are fixture clips.
Yeah.
And you can see them right there. They look like they have googly eyes, but they're actually just bolted onto this PCB. Do you want to try to do the overhead, or is it like you think it's not going to... Do you have time?
No.
Okay. Well, we got these fixtures. No. So you have like a PCB, and you have a tester, and then like you have this PCB, and you want to test it on this pogo bed, but it's really hard to hold it down for a long time. So what you do is you have these clips, and they kind of come in, but what's nice is that they have a spring, so when you press down, they clip in, hold it in place, and then when you're done testing, you can release and remove the board. It's a very nice way to have something on the edge holding down.
Okay, next up.
Fixture clips.
But you're not done yet. You have other testers that you have. So this is one I've seen recently because we're making a whole bunch of these Huzzah boards, and I have a little video I want to play.
Okay.
Merp. Merp. That sound
Yeah,
nice.
that sort of shows
So,
how you...
so this presses it down so it holds it with pogo pins, right?
Right. So just like the other one, this one has the video actually doesn't show it snapping, but you put the board in, and like you don't have enough space for those big fixture clips on this tester. So instead, you use one of these, and it snaps in, and it holds it in place, and it holds the board down right up against the pogo pins very nicely.
Okay. And we actually here's another neat thing. Most of you like this. So we make these PCBs on the other mill. We carve out. Yeah, we carve out.
Can you go to the big screen, Lee, so I can? Because I don't think the small screen you can see this.
Probably not. You might not be able to see it on this one either.
Well, I think you can see it. Okay. Cool. Just sort of showing the scale, because that video is so big.
And then last up, we have one more.
Yes.
So this is another one.
This is a teeny one, which we don't really. I didn't bring the demo here, but it's just like a really mini one, and it's just used for it's for fade candy. Snaps down, you can snap it up again. It just holds something in place, and like having that rubber stopper, it holds it down firmly, but it doesn't mar or crack components, and you can adjust the height and like do adjusting stuff, and it's really fun and it works really well. So if you have a tester where you have to hold something down or screw something in, you're tired of it, get one of these clamps.
Okay.
Clamp it.
All right. Next up, you put in the modules that we use for the Huzzah. So these are the little low-cost Wi-Fi modules.
Yeah, for people who want to make their own circuit boards, we have a Eagle CAD file item for it in our library, in which we link on the product page. This is a little Wi-Fi module. It does, Wi-Fi is 80 megahertz processor, I think like 32-bit, 4 megabyte of flash in it, and then it has like half a meg of RAM or something. And if you want to just like add this in, it comes installed with Lua, with Node MCU, but you can override it with whatever firmware you like. You can download the toolchain and go to town. But they're just like really easy to solder down onto a board. They have nice big pads. And then I took the cap off of one.
You did?
Yeah, it's the next photo. So you can see that this little processor has the antenna, crystal, and then all the way to the right there's a WinBond 32 megabit chip.
And they're like $6. I mean,
and they're like $6 or $7.
Okay.
So
and then we also released the Adafruit Bluefruit LE.
Yeah.
So this
is only 18 months in the making.
Yeah.
No, well, we got it done.
This is our new little blue.
Yeah, we finally got the 32 kilobyte WATEC modules, and we really wanted to wait till we got those in so that we had the best quality Bluetooth modules. We wanted to have plenty of RAM for when we do updates, because this has over-the-air updates as a bootloader. Oh, hey, that's right. I have to install this. Hold on. Pardon me?
I don't know how it's going to work out, but we'll try.
Whoa, that's not working out. And then
we're going to try to go to the overhead for this.
We're going to try? Okay, let's... Okay. No, I mean, that's working. So I have an LED here, which I can kind of dim. And then here is our iPad app. And I can change the color. to a red, or I can change it to green. So this is just happening over Bluetooth. I pair the Bluefruit here with, we have an iPad, but it works with iOS or Android. And like, this is just our color picker example. So we have some example demo things that you can already do without having to write any iOS or Android code. For example, we have this color picker, and we don't have a demo for it, and you can't even read it, but we also can get sensor data to your microcontroller through Bluetooth.
Yeah, you can also see like...
Yeah, you can see the demo here.
It's got a little video.
That's what I just did.
Yeah.
Can you go to the main screen?
Yeah.
So if you have like a phone, or tablet, you can download our app for Android or iOS. And for example, there's like a control pad, so you can like basically, if you have a little robot and you want it to just go, you can basically act like it's the control pad, and it will beam wirelessly up to 10 meters or so. We also have the color picker, which I just showed you, and that was the demo. And then we also have this thing that allows you to take data from the phone and beam it to Bluetooth. So for example, your phone has accelerometer, gyro, magnetometer, GPS. So you can turn on like quaternion or accelerometer, and you have all these like options, and you can then twist and move your phone or tablet, and that data will be streamed. So you can use this as like your motion controller.
Wow.
We also have some other things in the app. We have a full tutorial, but like we have a pin I/O thing where you can turn pins on and off, and we have a UART bridge. So if you just want to send data back and forth, like we did for the scrolling hat, which has LEDs that scroll a message, you would send the text you wanted to say over a phone. So it uses the same app as that. So they kind of go together. The app is free. You have to buy the Bluetooth module, but the Bluetooth module works very well with the app.
All the code examples, and so we wanted to have this as the easiest way for makers to do Bluetooth.
And we already have a Bluetooth device in the store, the NRF8001, but it doesn't have as much capability or power. Like this one is way more programmable. You can have it act like an iBeacon or a UART, which is the Google beacon. You can also have it act like a heart rate monitor. There's like a standard heart rate monitor type. You can have it act. You can have it like act like things as a profile that you can set. You can set the name. You can like query the temperature. You can control it. It's more of a processor. Like it actually has a processor inside of it, so it's more powerful. And so we're going to be able to do much more, because we can write firmware on that rather than just having all of that code set in the Arduino.
From what I understand, this is the first open source firmware.
Firmware's not open source.
Not firmware, the code that goes on it. You don't have to ask anybody, right?
If you want to write code for the chip on there, you can. Nordic does have it, but it's not open source.
No, the code that we have, because normally you don't have. No.
Usually, I mean, our code for Arduino is released, but also the app code.
Right, that's what I mean. Sorry.
That's not firmware.
You don't have. You never have access to the app that.
There's a lot of code.
Yeah. So
no, the app code is available. It's on GitHub. The firmware is not open source because it's Nordic. It's copyright Nordic, so we can't open source their code. But you can download off of Nordic's site, and you can write your own programs.
They removed the restriction too that you had to put in the device ID.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah. So anyways.
And then, so it's using the NRF51822, which is a very powerful processor.
Yeah.
And it has over-the-air updates. So we also have, from within the app, you can download new firmware, which is kind of sweet.
Yeah.
So like as we have new firmware from K-Town.
It's the most open-ish Bluetooth stuff that's going on, I think.
We're working on it. We're doing the best we can.
This is kind of like what you were saying about working as if you're in the open source. One of the things is to attract more and bring more people. So we think if we can show these companies who do Bluetooth and everything, that there's a big community out there.
We definitely didn't have to sign an NDA like we did with CSR.
Yeah.
Like CSR, we cannot release anything at all. We had to sign an NDA. With Nordic, they're actually like, hey, it's just like not GPL. It's like you can use it, but it's just not. It's not open for it.
So the direction is there. So,
it's getting better.
So if you're ever interested, maybe one day we can do an Arduino Bluefruit.
Okay.
It's blue already. Teal.
Okay, I would like to maybe do an Arduino Bluefruit one day. Okay, all right. So, Lady, that was it. You have to.